Aloha, everybody. This is episode 61 of the Elbow Nudge Podcast.
I'm Caroline. This is Tony. And today we're
Hi.
covering 51st
51st
dates.
dates.
Tony,
I didn't want to talk over that, but I was,
I needed you to. That was the whole point.
I was feeling it.
I didn't have any specific song. That was just me strumming away.
That was your heart speaking.
Exactly, yeah. Through my ukulele.
All right.
But yeah, everybody, we're in February. It's the month of love.
Love is in the air, so we got to get it over with. That's the theme for today. The theme for the next
4
weeks.
Yeah, is love. Is more than just.
I don't know why I agreed to this,
game
but
for two. Two in love can make it. Break my heart, but please don't take it. Love was made for me and you. We should save this though for. Bam.
Bum ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum. Hey, that's a good song. Welcome to the musical episode of Elbow Nudge. We will not be talking about any movies today. We're going to be expressing what this movie meant to us through song.
No. I don't know enough chords for that. I could pull out the kazoo.
I heard the pop.
I wanted you to.
Put that thing away. Not yet.
I already had it up.
Put it away. Unsheath it. Resheath it. What do you say?
Resheath it, not unsheath. You want me to keep going? I'm going to unsheath it.
Resheath it. Sheath it up.
All right, it's going back in.
It'll be back later, though. So don't get too comfortable.
Oh, yeah, it will. Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's get this back on track. We're talking about 51st dates.
51st dates. Tony, this is a movie you wanted to show me for a while.
Yeah. And we did. We saw it like an hour ago now.
An hour ago, about.
Yeah. So
that was even how I talked you into doing this love-themed month. Was by doing 51st dates.
You're like, 51st dates could be one. I'm like, okay, that's good.
At first you were like, I don't really want to do a theme. I like just, picking movies we want to see. And I was like, yeah, but then we can do 51st dates. It's number one. And you were like, okay.
But this is a whole month dedicated to one day. I guess that's what holidays are now. Whatever.
Yeah, Tony, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
What is Elbow Nudge? What is?
That's an experience.
That
is fun.
December.
This is something else.
Well, this is fun. We're gonna make it fun, and we're starting.
Well, the Christmasers ruined this for everybody. They're the ones who took it too far and started celebrating before December 25th.
Excuse me.
Yeah, they started
the Christmasers.
Mariah Carey and all you Christmasers
enjoy their time and get hyped.
November 1st is when the trees go up. Come on,
dude, you're way behind. It's like October 31st at 7:00 p.m.
Oh my god, no, that's wrong. This kid's still
11:59 p.m. on October 31st. Mariah Carey.
Yeah, that's when Mariah Carey sends out her tweet.
Yeah, she sends out that it's time.
And her Christmas gif.
That 11:59 p.m. on October 31st meme, and then it's like November 1st, 12:00 midnight, and it's like Santa Claus.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Let's not get into that again. How
I know. Yeah, this time it's Cupid's turn. This time it's love.
Shout out to Cupid.
Shout out to Cupid, and
shout out to
I don't know what else is a symbol of love.
I wanted to say the single ladies, but nah.
I mean, you just did. Shout out to all my single ladies out there. This really is a musical episode.
Yeah, it is. All right, so we're talking about 51st dates.
51st dates. Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore, Sean Astin.
Etc. Yeah, Sean Astin.
That was... I don't think I've ever been as surprised to see an actor in a movie in my life than when I have seen Sean Astin.
I think you had to do a quadruple take.
I was doing a tenfold take. I was
are you
like,
sure? Is it?
I went full
Okay.
lipstick in my Valentino bag
Mm-hmm.
moment. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That was such a shocker to me.
I think this is the first time I saw Sean Astin in a movie.
No, oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
because I saw Lord of the Rings way
You saw
later,
Lord of the Rings way late.
and then
Wow.
Stranger Things was out later. You know,
Yeah, and then we didn't watch the Goonies till El Boo.
exactly. So this is Sean Astin is Doug to me,
Wow.
juiced up primal Doug.
Wow. This movie is so interesting. There's so much about it that was annoying me, but there's also so much about it that's really sweet.
I think we're gonna be on the same page. Yeah. What do you want to start with, the sweet or the annoying?
Let's flip a coin.
Let's start with the annoying. Get it out the way. Start with
Okay.
the annoying. Yeah,
All
yeah. Go
right.
ahead.
All right. I don't like the comedy. Well, whenever it was trying to be funny, I don't I was like but
Humorous.
whenever there was just moments that would just happen throughout the film that were genuinely funny, particularly Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore is such a great actress in this film, and a lot of her comedy comes off really good. And whenever it wasn't trying to make me laugh, I was laughing. I was like, okay, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. But there's so much humor in here that's just like, okay, all
I think
right.
I could sum it up for
Yeah,
us,
please.
and I think I know why it's rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
And we don't check that anymore, but it did come up on Peacock when we played the movie. So
That's true.
it's just the Adam Sandlerisms in this movie.
Yeah, you've summed it up.
There's
You've
moments
summed it
where
up.
it's like, oh, this is an Adam Sandler movie, and then there's moments where it's like, whoa,
This is
this
actually
is
a
a good
heartfelt.
romance. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is heartfelt, interesting, sad, or very joyful. And then it's like, oh, now we're back to Adam Sandler.
yeah.
Not him specifically, but even
But
just like, oh, this scene is like very Adam Sandler.
you're right. The Sandlerisms.
Yeah, the Sandlerisms.
Yes, I think you nailed it. The Sandlerisms.
So, what were the sweet things?
He's so in love with her. um,
What do you think about Henry Roth?
I feel like if he wasn't such a player in the beginning, I would really like him. It I judge him for his past. But I mean, like he mean at least what I do like is he has a conscience. He has morality. Yeah, he's a player and he like hits on tourist chicks. But once he meets Lucy, that's it. He can't even like date another girl or sleep with another girl. He's all about Lucy, and I dig that for him. And at the beginning of the movie, I wasn't a huge fan of him, but once he starts like going on, like trying to pursue Lucy big time, I was a fan. Like when he talks to the dad, he's super respectful to the dad, and he like just I ended up liking him a lot. At first, I was like, nah, okay, Sandler, but he won me over.
So, the way I saw it is that, yeah, he's a player, ladies' man,
Hmm.
and it's for the classic reason his heart was broken back in college, and
Right.
that just stuck with him very hard, which is interesting. I just recently heard, I forgot how long ago, but I heard about like the psychology of breakups between a man and woman, where like a woman would feel it a lot
Oh
harder
yeah, that's
emotionally.
like I feel
You
like
know
that's
about
a
this?
this is a very well known thing among
What
ladies.
is
That
it? You're
is,
gonna say it? Go ahead.
when a breakup occurs between a man and a woman, the woman will feel it immediately, and she'll feel hurt at first, and then she'll get over it eventually with time, and then she feels a lot freer. But a guy, it's reversed. They'll feel free and they'll feel like lighthearted at first, and then eventually with time, it hits them.
What I heard is, yeah, basically similar to that, but that they don't necessarily feel free or whatever. Like it could hurt them, but it takes a very long time to recover, and for a lot of guys, sometimes they don't ever recover. Or the reasoning is that they don't let themselves feel the emotion of whatever they're going through, depression
Yeah,
or heartbreak
it's
or
like
whatever.
I've tried it. I've gotten hurt. I'm never gonna do that again.
Yeah, that's
We're
so classic. Is like, I'm never gonna go in a serious relationship again, or I'm not planning on getting married anymore. I know people like that.
Yeah, I do too. And yeah, I think like for girls, I've never met a girl who's gone through a breakup and then have been like, I'm never going to be in a relationship again. But I have met guys who have gone through terrible breakups and they're like, yeah, love just isn't for me. I'm not going to get into a
Yeah, every
relationship
single
again.
time.
Yeah,
Never falling for that again.
exactly. So
So
there is a
Henry is a victim
psychology
to
to
this.
that.
Henry's a victim to this. Big time.
Yeah, he's let it get to him hardcore, but there are guys like that out there.
But I want to give him a little bit of credit because he is sleazy. He does want to, he is lying to women like he's a cliff diver and this and that. But
He does want
he's,
a Waikiki sneaky between the cheeky.
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up already.
I had to say it at least once.
But he's respectfully sleazy.
Yeah, he is respectfully sleazy.
The
I'll
first
give
scene we
him
see
that.
that is when they're on the date with
Well,
the one that Ula hooked him
yeah.
up with,
Uh huh.
and he
The
says that, oh
fishbowl girl.
yeah, he says I do this all the time. I make sure
But
there's never alcohol in there.
I have a question.
What's that?
Isn't he almost admitting to roofing, but not roofing? Like he says, "Oh, it's not alcohol in there. It's another kind of mixture, so you don't fall asleep on me, and we can spend all night doing the hanky panky."
He didn't say there's another kind of mixture. He said there's just no alcohol in it. But I think it's supposed to be like a placebo. Like she's just, people
Oh,
are drinking
okay.
from a wine glass or whatever, drinking from the fishbowl. I don't know if that's even the real name of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he said you're just supposed to feel looser after like drinking together and thinking that you're getting drunk. Like he even admitted to her, like, you're not drunk. Like she's either pretending or ignored that she's not feeling drunk.
Yeah, or she's convinced herself that she is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And I thought, like, okay. So that scene and the one that you called out is when Ula is saying, "Oh, isn't this girl from the cafe like your perfect girl? You could sleep with her," and then she forgets the next day, and you never have to commit to
Yeah.
her. And
And
he's
that's
like,
when he was like,
no."
"That's evil.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
that's
not
evil.
doing that."
So I believe that's the real kind of guy he is because he never had to change or grow in this movie, but he had to find the one that would make him not fear commitment, like,
He had to believe
anymore.
in love again.
Yeah.
And
He
he
had
did.
to invite love back into his life.
Exactly. And that's what he did.
So I think that's kind of cool.
I think, and this is just part of the thing that won me over is I love kind of how I want to say how gradual it is. The movie doesn't make a big deal of it being like, "Oh, you're not a player anymore. You're only going after this girl." Like instead the movie spends time on him, all these ideas he's doing to remind her and to improve her and how he's willing to stick with her and it never calls back to that. I love that there was no misunderstanding. I love that there was no like forced conflict and of it being because of his player background
Yeah, he didn't slip up and want to sleep with another girl again
or
or anything like
have
that.
like another girl from his past show up and be like, "Who's she?" Like, and whatever. Like,
Oh, it
aren't
could
you
have
a
been the
secret?
girl from college that broke his heart the
Yeah,
first
or
time.
something like that. I feel like any other rom com or any stereotypical tropey filled rom com would have had something like that happen. But no, the movie decides to just focus on this love story between these two, and the memory issue is already enough of a challenge to come over. We don't need to make it more convoluted.
So, yeah, I didn't mention at the top, but that's one of the reasons why I like this movie because I feel like I need an extra something instead of just two people falling for each other. I don't want to call it a gimmick, but just like an extra something. Like this is a girl who can't remember anything past the day she got in a car accident. I'm like, oh, interesting. So he has to win her over every day, or like, oh, time travel. That's interesting. And then there's a love story involved. That's the kind of things I look for instead of just boring old love.
This thing, a color. Oh, I just can't handle it. This thing, a color. And I just can't wait for it. I am ready. Crazy little thing called love. That's all you need in a movie, Tony. I'm
Just love, not time travel, not like other dimensions, black holes, nothing like that.
no.
Eh.
It's a different perspective. That's what the goal of. No,
Don't
that's I shouldn't put that. I was gonna say that's the goal of this month is to convert you to see that
to love.
just love is enough.
We did not choose the right movies for that. Think
No, we
about
didn't.
it.
Absolutely not. That's why I took it back. I was like, no, that's not the goal. The goal this month is to just focus on films about love.
Okay. Yeah, especially the next one. That's not.
Oh, that's gonna be a surprise for everybody here, but y'all are gonna love it.
All right. Here's another thing that I like about this movie. That
Hmm.
is not just boring love, right? Is
Oh
also
my gosh.
not annoying, cheesy, and dumb flirting.
Yeah, you're so right. Their flirting was actually cute. It was actually
Yeah,
believable.
it's good.
Drew Barrymore. I'm not a huge Drew Barrymore fan in the sense of like she's not a Zoe Deschanel for me. Zoe Deschanel, I want to see everything she's in, stuff like that. But whenever I do see Drew Barrymore in something, I'm like, oh, she's here. Okay, like I like her. I've seen a lot of her films, and I always dig her acting. I think she just comes off so cute and fresh. And this film is no different. She is so
She's so
charming,
sweet.
so sweet, so light-hearted, and just she is so adorable. And she brings all of that into this character. I feel like if it's almost like a Dory effect. And I don't know if you remember seeing Finding Nemo, and I remember talking to a friend who saw it and he was like, "Oh, I can't stand Dory. If I was to meet somebody like that in real life, I would get so annoyed with them so quick." And I
What does that
feel
mean?
yeah, I don't know what that means. Well, in terms of real life, I don't know how I would judge that person, but I feel like when you see a character like that, there might be room for some people to be like, "Oh, that's annoying," or "I wouldn't put up with that." But Drew Barrymore is able to portray this character so well and so lovingly and charmingly that I was never annoyed or felt like, man, she's really holding everyone back. Like, it was never coming across like that. This situation she's in is tough for the people around
I don't really
her.
see how she could have been annoying. Like, how do you mean?
Well, like I'm just thinking of like the possibilities that could have happened with having a character with short-term memory. Having a character with this kind of disability.
Oh,
Like there's room for maybe some people to say uh oh, that's tough, that's annoying. Even like in the movie they kind of explore that where she doesn't want to be a burden on her dad and brother, so that's why she lives at that institute. But throughout the movie that's never even a thought in your mind because she's able to portray this character so well.
okay. I guess. Yeah, I guess I can see what you mean. Like they could be too. I get the Dory thing now.
Like they could have made it to where she was like a Dory and leaned on that kind of comedy that Dory goes through.
Yeah, like too hyperactive or like too needs too much attention or something.
And even like the memory loss or even like 10-second Tom. Think about like a movie
Yeah,
with something
that's
like
what a
that.
real life Dory would be.
Yeah, yeah. Think
Yeah,
about something like that. Like they could have had that humor throughout the whole. Even what I like is that they experimented where different approaches he used had different effects on her.
thumbs.
So it would have been like a Dory effect if every time he did it, it worked. And you're playing with kind of a ditzy character like that. But Lucy isn't written like that. Depending on the approach, she's like, I have a boyfriend. Or she's like, oh, do you need me to help you? Do you want to sit with me? Like things like that. I love that there's variation there.
All right, I want to touch on two of those things you're talking about.
Okay.
I love that. Yeah, there's different outcomes every time he tries to have breakfast with her.
Yes, I love
He could
it.
sit with her, or he could get shut down and he has to try again tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's so interesting, though.
That was such a great montage in the movie, seeing all those different outcomes.
Yeah.
Even like the door, like the what's it called? The toothpick
Hmm.
where the first time he was like, "Oh, you use this toothpick, you have a little swinging door," and she's like, "Why didn't I think of that?" And then the next time, okay, but why did you touch? Like, what made you think you can touch my food?
Yeah.
I love the difference in
And
those
it's so
two.
true. Is like your mood affects. She's not the same every day. She just thinks she's
Yeah,
reliving the same day, but she could have a bad day.
yeah. She can have a not restful sleep. She could go to bed
She
late.
doesn't want to
Like
socialize with anyone, or yeah, today I feel open to talking to people.
exactly. I love that.
So that was good. And then I specifically want to call out his attempt when he doesn't know how to read.
Oh,
This is great.
that was painful.
This was the best scene in the movie.
Painful. No,
No,
we're
I'm
not pulling
exaggerating.
a Monsters Inc. with
That's not
this.
the best. That's
No.
not the best scene. No, but I'll tell you why I really, really like it because the acting,
Oh, you would really like it. Go
the
ahead.
acting is terrible. Of course, it's like so obvious that he's faking it, and you think it's gonna be the movie reality where she's gonna go up to him and she totally believes him, and that's how it's playing out. It's like clearly from the audience perspective, it's so overacted, and there's no way anyone could believe him. And then once it gets to the scene in the parking lot where she's like, "That's it? You're gonna do the phony I can't read, and then you're not even gonna ask for my number." And it's like, "Oh, that's smart. That's awesome."
Yeah.
She called it out, so it wasn't just a movie reality moment.
Queen Barrymore called it out.
That was great. That made the whole thing
I was rolling
perfect.
my eyes that whole scene, and then finally, when she called him out, my eyes almost popped out. I was like, oh, she called him out! She knew the whole
Yeah,
time. That was good.
that just gives the whole scene more context. It's like, okay, so she knew the whole time.
She's going along with it.
Yeah, and she knew it was like bad acting, and he was just an idiot.
My favorite is whenever he does the car battery and he's like, ah, ah, and he's like, ha, I got you. And she's like, my grandpa died starting up a car battery.
He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
I can't believe you fell
Fell
for
for
that.
that.
I was like, this is my girl. I love that part.
What about when she got done beating up Ula with the bat?
uh, what did she yell at him? Like,
I can't remember. That's why I want you to
I can't remember either. It
check it real
was
quick.
okay. Hang on.
Yeah, it was good. She's like, it's like the energy of like, yeah, you better run. But I think she said something else.
I found the clip. I found the clip.
Okay.
Yeah, keep running. I love her.
He got a sweet side and a sour side.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah,
That's the best.
it was very good.
That was a genuinely funny scene. That was so good.
So let's talk about how this is a perfect example or the best example of showing love through pursuing somebody,
Yeah. Yeah, this really
right? What
is. The tape, and he keeps adding and updating the tape.
do you think about the tape
Oh,
idea?
that's genius. That's so perfect. I even love that he kind of calls out her dad and her brother by being like, this is wrong. You know, you're making her live a lie when you should be helping her adapt and live on. And he's really sweet about it too. He even when he brings the tape, he tells the dad, like, hey, if this works, it works. If not, we've only wasted one day.
Yeah. But obviously it comes from love, they don't want to deceive her, but they
Yeah,
just thought this
yeah.
is the easiest way to keep her happy and comfortable from having to relive the trauma every single day.
Exactly. But
But
his idea is obviously much better because she's able to move forward.
yeah. But what was I gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
Let me think.
I got it.
Let me pull out the kazoo. Mrs. Kazoo. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, I got it. I
Okay.
got it. All right, thank you for that. All right. So yeah, in the beginning, at least for me, when I first saw the movie, I thought that is so sweet. That's so loving. Every single day, they make sure that they're stocked up on newspapers. They have pineapples ready to go. They watch The Sixth Sense every single day for a year.
Oh
They
yeah.
watch a football game every day. Like they're sacrificing. That's a form of love right there. And even Doug, he's putting like droplets of shampoo to make sure it's staying at the right level.
Right? Oh my, the detail. They have
Yeah.
this, they have like all these copies of the same paper.
So obviously that's a form of love, but then once it gets to the point where it's revealed through the scrapbook and she's sitting in the back seat, they're going to the institute. She's like, "Wow, so you guys have to lie to me every day." I'm like, "Oh, yep, that's bad.
Yep.
That's bad.
When you
That
say it
hurts."
like that.
Yeah, that gives it a new perspective. But what do you think about can do you think you can trust a tape that you have to watch every morning? Like, do you think you can fall in love with this guy who's been doing that? Like, because right now I'm thinking tape versus journal, because she also kept her journal too.
Right.
What do you think about that? First with the tape. You
This
wake
is
up, you see a tape, and there's apparently a whole new life that you've been living that you weren't aware of.
this is tough because I want to just not even really answer the question and just be like it's movie logic tone, obviously it's not going to
Sure,
work in
for
any
real.
kind of thing, but
That's what we do here.
this is, I feel like she's got that's the best thing you can do. What other alternatives can you do, even if you can't trust it and stuff like that? It's, what other method do they have going forward? I mean, of course, I think what helps is that her dad is there, and that her dad hasn't been like her dad is approving and going along with it. So if somebody was just using her or adjusting things, but obviously, of course, her dad and brother were lying to her for some time, and they could just be like, oh yeah, you don't, this didn't happen, or like they could erase stuff from her past that if they made her angry or if there were certain fights, be like, okay, it's okay, she won't remember it tomorrow. That's where it gets a little tough. But I think
I
what
was
they
thinking that too. I bet there'll be. This is just a movie, but I bet like
yeah.
in the marriage, if they have a fight or something, he's like, you know what? Tomorrow we're not married. I'm not gonna show you a tape tomorrow.
Or even like what we're fighting about right now doesn't even matter because tomorrow this won't come up or she won't even
Yeah,
remember this fight or anything like that.
he brought that up, but not in a manipulative way. He said like, you know what? Let's talk about this tomorrow when you forget about the breakup thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's just him feeling heartbroken. He's like, no, no, no. Let's just forget this. We'll talk about this tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'm just asking you, not like movie logic thing. I'm just saying you, if you saw a tape every morning, would you trust it? Would you go by that?
I don't know. I'm an overthinker. I question everything.
All right, think it out.
I would probably. I think I like the when they first show her the tape, and he's like, she spent the last hour crying. Let's see what she's gonna do the next
The
couple
next hour.
hours. Yeah,
Uh,
I think it would be like that. I would have to take some time to process it quite a bit, and then go on with my day.
you
But
would believe it, and you would try to come to terms with it.
yeah, I would believe it, and then I'd spend the whole day looking for holes. Be like, wait a minute, wait a minute. But also, like, I think it depends on how you wake up that day. Depends on how I'd wake up. But I probably, if I was in a situation, and then what helps is that the tape is showing proof, like newspapers and articles, and they have like her medical records and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, they have supporting evidence to show that they're not just Truman showing it, kind of thing.
The tapes get better as it goes along because here's what I think they should have done from the beginning. He needed to include her with him because they did the reenactment, which was funny,
Yeah.
but she wasn't in any scenes with him. There's no
Right.
proof that they're actually dating or he's the guy that is making her fall in love with him every day.
Yeah. And she's able to see, like, okay, I did go along with this. I married, like, they're when they got married at the end, the wedding, she's there. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
that's what I was saying. Now it gets better because they have videos of themselves, video of her recording,
mm-hmm.
asking him, "Do you love me?" And like tell me more about you, things like that.
Exactly, exactly. So that helps a lot. And that's something that I feel like the writing in this movie could have been what I appreciate is the writing could have been lazy and just focused on gimmicky comedy of like, oh, she's forgetful. But no, they went really sweet to put these little efforts in there to make us kind of be like, oh, like, okay. Like these are really good things to take into consideration.
All right, I also got to admit something now that just came to mind.
Oh,
Yeah, while I was watching this movie again, because it's been a while since I've seen it.
let me get my therapy guitar out.
All right, give me a strum, please.
That's
Yeah, so I don't know if it's just the place in life I am now, but I found this movie very sad. There was
Tony.
moments that I was laughing, but I was crying on the inside. I felt like this is mostly a sad movie for me right now.
I was wondering why you got so quiet in the movie. you were you are typically, and I've said it before, you're a
Don't
talker.
bring that up again.
You're a talker. And there were moments in the movie I would make a comment and I would hear silence and I was thinking, is he Is he feeling something?
Is he feeling?
Is he
Is his heart growing?
feelings? Nothing more than feelings. Trying to forget her.
I just closed my eyes and I said,
And I
Lord, give
can
my
see
eyelids
the
strength.
world is waiting out for me. God, me again. Help me to not cry right now in front of my homie.
No, not here, not now. Tonight when I rewatch the movie, but not now. No, but I really did. I'll be honest. I did not cry.
I know you
Okay,
didn't. You're
but
incapable of
I
in
was
front of
holding it.
people.
My
Mm-hmm.
eyes were scrunched, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you the first scene that like started turning it to that direction is when Lucy, she's getting the parking ticket, and then she grabs a newspaper real quick, and she's like devastated, and like her
Yeah.
life is shattered. Like what? Seeing that it's the wrong date, and then she runs to the newspaper bin. Everything is the wrong newspaper, and I felt it. I'm like, oh no. If this movie was made by, like a series director, it could have been such a dark tale.
Yeah.
It could have been so much more dramatic. And I don't know if it would have been better, but it definitely would have made me cry more. Or at all. I didn't cry.
Right. Right. We'll go with that. I guess like it's because this is your multiple rewatch. I was taking this in for the first time. So that idea didn't really hit me. I was taking this in along with her of like, oh no, she's finding out. So I didn't think about it, but yeah, that's pretty sad.
There's just a lot of moments that got to me. Also when the dad, he's like, stop by. Once you're done with this fake hostage scenario, stop by the house. I need to show you something. And
Yeah.
then you see like every day that she meets you, she's been singing. It's like, ah,
Oh. For me it was when he gave him the Beach Boys CD. I was
yeah.
like, oh, he wants him to come home. He wants him to come back as soon as possible.
Wait. No, the dad
Yeah,
gave
yeah,
him it.
like, but like that means the dad is telling him like come back as soon as possible, or like miss her, like go back to her,
Oh,
kind of
okay.
thing. Because he said like she would give me the Beach Boy CD, so I would miss her mom and her and come back quicker.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. Okay, now I know what you mean. Yeah, that's a sweet gift right there.
That's a sweet gift.
But also, it kind of sucks. I'll be honest. I would not want to be reminded of a breakup. I feel just how
I mean,
Henry felt.
yes, but
When-
but in this case, it was because he knew he's not really over her. He's looking for any reason to get back into her life.
I thought that was the only weird thing because no, I guess the CD is enough. But I don't know. I feel like he should have made that connection as soon as he was at the house and he heard her singing. Like, oh wait, so she is remembering me at some level.
I think it's kind of like a stage thing where it's like, okay, if she wants this, I want what she wants. She wants, she knows what's better for her. But then afterwards, of hearing her sing or hearing her not, and then moving out, it's like, no, you know what? She misses him. Like she's trying to convince herself of this, trying to let him go, but she shouldn't. Like this needs to happen.
But I don't know. He was kind of doubting himself. That's the only thing I'm really bringing up.
It's okay, Tony. This is a movie. This
When
is
he
a movie.
was talking with the doctor and the dad and Doug, and then she was listening in from her bedroom, and he's like, "No, I think she's remembering me." And then the doctor's like, "No, that's impossible." I think the singing was like the biggest evidence. Like, whatever. Yeah, the movie set up this way.
And then she sees him in her dreams.
Yeah. Wait, so we didn't even talk about the journal. I wanted to make the comparison that I think the journal is
More effective than the
more
tape?
effective. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I completely agree with that.
You just got to draw what they look like too. Like, all right, this is what he looks like.
This
All right,
is my husband. This is what
yeah,
he looks like. Well, she did draw him, but she just didn't know that.
not in the journal, but
Yeah. That's what I would trust more. If I was to see a book with my own handwriting, be like, hey, Caroline of the future, this is Caroline of the past. You have memory loss. Yes, you can trust your dad and your brother and your husband, or this guy that says he's your husband.
yeah.
Like, I would trust that more than a tape.
Dear diary, this is the woman of your dreams. Trust her with all your heart.
Dear diary,
Oh,
this is Journal entry number 2425. Today, you've had coffee.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag too blessed to be
you write
stressed.
you write hashtag in your diary.
Absolutely.
That's the most Zoomer thing you could do.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for listening to the. Are you forgetting that millennials like propagated the hashtag? That was a Vine thing before it was even a Zoomer thing.
I know it exploded during our generation, but the Zoomers ran with it,
Oh my
and they
gosh.
write it in their diaries.
All right, that's beside the point. We're gonna stick to this. The
Yeah,
journal is a lot more effective than uh, the tape, and I
yeah,
like
that'd be
that.
so awesome. Imagine you're writing about somebody a lot, details, events, memories, and stuff, and then
And
you're
she can
reading it
look
in the
back on
morning.
that and be like,
Yeah,
"Okay, I do love this guy." You know, you're convincing yourself, but it's because you have yourself to convince you.
you could trust yourself,
Yeah,
and then when you see them, it's like, whoa, you're the man of my dreams. You're the woman of my dreams.
I love how
You're who I write
he.
about.
I love that line where he says, "You're the woman of my dreams," and apparently I'm the man of yours.
Yeah, egghead. Wasn't that also a good moment
That was a
near
really
the?
good moment. I have a theory though, and it's a little bit of a joke theory,
Oh, I
but
want to hear it.
have you ever heard have you ever seen the meme? You probably haven't, but for those of you who would probably relate to this, but have you ever seen the meme where it's like the girlfriend looks at the boyfriend and says, "Would you love me if I was a worm?" And
Yeah, I've heard of those.
this movie, I feel like is that concept, but would you love me if I was a short-term memory brain damaged person that you have to woo every single day?
Would you love me if I was Dory?
This movie is Would You Love Me If I Was Dory? That's what this movie is.
All the dumb worm ones and stuff, the answer is no, right? Like they're not even the same
Obviously.
person
But
anymore.
us girls want it to be yes.
Are you serious?
Why else is the question there, Tone? Why else?
Because it's dumb and
It's
funny.
dumb, but that's the whole thing. Well, like, obviously, the meme of it is like the girl is insecure or whatever. And I know it stems from the question of like, would you love me if I was ugly, or would you love
Yeah,
me
if I
if
got
I
in a car
was
accident and then like I
and I'm
got a big
horribly
scar on my face.
disfigured or
Yeah.
whatever? Would you still love me? And like then like you boil it down and it's like, oh, would you love me if I was a worm? Like that's where that's like the meme of it. This movie is Would You Love Me If I Was Dory?
I think the most loving thing you could do is stomp out the worm.
No. And that's why you're single.
They don't have a long lifespan,
So you know that you only have to take care of the worm for a little
but
bit
it's gonna be a pretty
longer.
terrible life. How can you enjoy life as a worm? You're a sentient worm.
You only have one brain cell.
Nah, yeah. Wait, no. Wait, you would have one brace out.
A worm?
It, in this scenario, wouldn't you have like all your thoughts and
Oh, I thought that this scenario, you're a worm.
oh, that yeah, for sure you don't keep that. What?
Yeah.
No, wait, you're literally not the same person anymore. Put that back in the backyard.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so
Or so
help
help
me.
me. Bum bum
The
bum. Get the
bomb
kazoo,
bomb.
Miss Kazoo. Bum 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 bum. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. All right.
Miss Kazoo. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Mrs.
Zoo.
Kazoo. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Ooh,
ooh.
ooh. But yeah, to me when it didn't hit me until I saw them interacting with her friends, and the friend that's married goes, "Wait, so you like woo her every single day?"
Using the word
That's
woo, they've never said woo in this
They
movie.
never said woo, but I've seen this movie one time, Toad. I don't have a great memory like that. Give me some grace. Oh my goodness.
We do need to talk about your memory. It's been concerning. I'll bring it up after the
No,
podcast.
I got a lot on my mind, man. This is just it's a oh, what was it? It's like a symptom of grief that you're like supposed to forget stuff, or at least that's the excuse I've been telling myself and my
Right.
counselor.
I'll bring us some examples.
Oh
All
my
right, later.
gosh, I know, I've forgotten a
All
lot.
right, all right.
We're gonna have our own 51st episodes here.
Yeah.
That's why I keep saying I'm Caroline, this is Tony, because I have to remind myself.
Wait, who's Caroline and who's Tony?
Who's who?
We never clarified that.
What's elbow nudge? What kind of name is that?
Yeah, aren't we doing a nudge podge?
Yeah. we, we should be L love nudge. This
No, no,
no, I
no,
won't. We're elbow.
no, don't. El love, el amor,
El amor
nudge,
de nudge.
nudge. Put a little, put a little, you know,
A little nick over the E.
yeah.
Nudge. That sounds more French than Spanish.
But it.
It's
All right, so
okay.
put over the N. Put the swiggly over the
How would
N.
you sound that
Nudge,
out?
nudge. That looks
El amor.
Spanish. El
Nudge.
amor, nudge.
This is so dumb. This
It's
is.
so bad it might be able to work.
I expect a new logo by the time this episode.
No. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of dumb.
It's
You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right.
uh, this was good.
Back at that beach scene where, yeah, it's like, oh, wait, he makes you fall in love with him every day.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that joke was so funny when she's like, oh, you're pregnant now? He's like, yeah, I got it on her first try.
That was like moment number 425 that I cringed.
No, that was so funny. Come on.
Of
Come on.
course.
That's funny.
No, it's not. I was cringing.
Nah, that's good.
We've established that's the dynamic. I cringe, you laugh.
I cringe when there's like really cringy things.
If it
This
makes
is
you
funny.
cringe, yeah, I'm definitely cringing. I'm not able to. I can't even open my eyes because my eyebrows are like furrowed from cringe.
Yeah, I haven't cringed in a while. But yeah, bad flirting, that gets me pretty close.
Bad flirting is pretty bad.
I mean, when I was listening to that audiobook, the one that doesn't have to be named,
Oh yeah.
my stomach started hurting when I heard the
Fun.
flirting in that book.
Something to do. Yeah, for fun.
Yeah. Fun.
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 He'll have a chai latte. I don't like chai or tea.
I don't like potatoes.
I don't like fish either.
But I love the lines. I didn't bring it up. Let me give us some credit. I like when he's like, wow, the way the sun is hitting you right now, you look disgusting. That's good. That's love right there.
That's love.
That's love.
That's real love right there.
And then when he's like,
Oh
oh, when she
yeah.
says, I wish I met you one day before the accident. And he says, oh, trust me, if you hung out with me longer than a day, you wouldn't want to be with me.
Yeah,
And she's like,
you found him.
it
It,
doesn't take that long.
it's like you'd find out I'm kind of a bore, and she's like, it's okay. It doesn't take a whole day to figure that out.
That's good.
I was
Come
like, oh,
on, that's your son
some
right
of
there.
those lines are so good and so like that's real flirting. That's real
Mhm.
flirting. When
That's
you're
good
able
stuff.
to quip about it to to other people, that's good.
Or you could play a girl song from your uke off the top of your head. That's good stuff.
One of my
Forgetful Lucy, you got a nice caboosey.
I'd like to take you to my jacuzzi.
We could ride on a moosey.
Forgetful Lucy. Let's not forget this movie hit us with Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which is like the best ukulele song of all
Yeah.
time. I think second, maybe only to the Rainbow
It put the
Connection.
ukulele on the map. Before, it was grouped with the triangle and the kazoo.
The
Like, I feel like the eyebrows just went up. Like, the what?
The what? You haven't seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, but
No.
we gotta. I'm making so many references to it. We're gonna have to at some point.
Is it a love story?
No, it's not.
Good.
Well, there's romance in it, but that's not the story.
Okay.
Where's my eyes shut up like this? Hang on.
Kazoo.
Ba-bump.
Somebody say kazoo.
Kazoo. I was looking down at my ukulele, all of a sudden, brum. What? What'd you say? You want to
There's that
hear
kazoo pop.
a little? I feel like I'm a one woman band over here.
Yeah.
You
You
gotta
got
pick
the
up a.
harmonica necklace around you?
Oh,
The
I should.
harness?
I want. I need to find my harmonica.
All right, Carolyn, I got a few more things to say about this movie.
Hit me with it.
What do you think about the nothing beats a first kiss,
You know what? That actually made me feel a little sad. I was like,
right?
oh, that made me like when I after I heard it maybe for the fourth time, it was overdone. But when I heard it for the
It
fourth
was not
time,
overdone.
it wasn't because it made me feel like, oh, like that. How do we get past this hurdle now? It's like she keeps thinking it's their first kiss, and then he tells her what it's like their 28th first kiss.
Yeah.
That's that's sad.
I think you said 23rd, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. It's in the 20s. That's sad.
It's like happy and sad because it's kind of cool that she can always relive a first kiss.
Mm-hmm.
That's very unique.
There's a song like that, right? And it feels like the first time. Yeah, it feels like the very first time. Something like that.
But the sad part,
Is that you only feel the first time.
yeah, and I was thinking in general, just like they mentioned in the movie that he has to make her fall in love with him again.
Mm-hmm.
But what that consists of, if you think about it, is like she has to warm up to him again. She has to feel comfortable with him again. Like on his side, he wants to like hold her, hug her, hold her hand, kiss her. But then for her, it's like this is a man I'm meeting for the first time today.
Right.
And she has to jump forward years and be a wife now, a mother. And
Yeah.
that's the part that made me sad. Is like, dang, they're on different, completely different comfort levels with each other.
And even like, imagine forgetting, because I'm pretty sure, just thinking about this in terms of putting this movie logic into real logic as we've been doing, he'll record the important moments of like, well, because like even in what surprised me was that in the tape, he didn't show things like the baby being born or even like her saying mama for the first time. Little things.
I assume she's in the video,
I would hope so.
but they're not going to show all of it. That's what I was taking from
But
it.
I'm thinking like that's so sad because even just going forward, some of the most memorable stuff with your kids is not even like the big stuff. Sometimes it's like I don't know, teaching her how to read or having a one-on-one moment with her and that's never going to be recorded. That's never going to be remembered. Maybe only by her daughter, but
They got to start vlogging, be like a vlog channel now, and
yeah,
just put it all on YouTube.
this is the only acceptable family vlogging.
Yeah, this is an acceptable reason to be a vlogger, like for the first time ever.
Yeah, the only reason.
Yeah,
And don't even share it to other people. It's just for your mom.
this is the only acceptable reason to ever record your first kiss.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
agree? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Agree.
We'll keep it with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you see how sad that is? Like what you're bringing up now, I didn't even think about. But now imagine. Oh, by the way, these videos have to get way longer,
Oh
or he
yeah.
has to
This
like
this
cut parts out
VHS
now.
tape is gonna have to be like a two-parter. Watch this
Yeah,
one first, watch this one
he's gonna have
second.
his own black tapes, but they're all gonna be about their marriage.
Black tapes.
But what you're mentioning is so true because she's not remembering holding her baby girl, watching her baby girl walk or call her mom or all that. And then would it be as satisfying to watch it? Like watch a video of you doing
Yeah.
that? Do
And
you
then you
think that would
don't
be as
remember
satisfying?
it. Or like you see yourself holding your child, but you don't remember what that felt like.
I
That's so
think
sad.
it obviously won't be as good as the real thing, but maybe it will be kind of nice to at least see it.
Yeah, yeah. Or at least you know you experienced it. You know that you did it. You just don't remember it.
But you got to see that you did it.
Yeah,
You can't be told it.
yeah. You gotta vlog it.
You got to
This
vlog
guy
it.
had probably has this Adam Sandler character probably has so many like
Henry.
rows. Henry has so many rows of tape, like just blank tapes to
Yeah.
insert into the camera to all right, record,
Man, just wait until YouTube comes out.
dude.
Dude, he can make a private channel if he wants, or if he wants to monetize it,
When did this movie come out?
I don't know.
2004. Oh,
2004, that is before
yeah.
YouTube.
That when did YouTube?
2005, I think, is YouTube.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
he's right. 2000,
Confirmation?
2005.
Wow.
Okay, let's find the 51st Dates channel.
Yeah. Man. So yeah, this movie's pretty sad. I felt a lot of sadness.
I know you did.
I needed moments to reflect.
I felt your silence.
You felt
I
it.
did. I've never experienced you be this quiet during a movie. I would say a comment and I would hear nothing back, and I'd be like, he's probably having a moment.
Because I was tightening my eyelids, like I
Yeah,
told you.
yeah. You couldn't even join the conversation because you were
I
focused
couldn't muster up
on not. You know, Tony.
any
What we could
voice.
really learn in this episode is that it's okay to cry.
Nah.
It's okay to cry in front of your homies. It's normal.
Nah, I save it for right before bed.
Wow. I think that's the saddest thing we've learned of all in this episode.
Couple of teardrops on my diary.
Teardrop, tears on my pillow, all by you. This really is a musical episode, and we're not even covering a musical.
No, but we will.
We should.
We will.
Oh, we will.
I think that's pretty much what I had to say for this movie.
Let me look at my notes.
You took notes?
I did.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. You called me out last time for not taking notes anymore, and I was like,
Yeah, it's been like 2 months since you took notes.
I've been busy. I can't stand this. I can't read scene. I have 2 lines from the movie, and I have this movie is the equivalent of Would You Love Me If I Was a Worm? The other line I liked was you haluki likey all the teachers that the kids have a crutch on.
Yeah.
This movie is really racist to Hawaiians. Those poor Hawaiians.
Just the Rob Schneider
Rob
bits, right?
Schneider should already be canceled for what he's doing in this movie. But you know, we'll brush
No,
all
I'm
that
sure
aside.
Hawaiians love it. I'm sure it was pretty accurate.
I wonder. I'm curious if Hawaiians are into it, but you know, I do like the soundtrack in this movie. This movie had a nice accompanying soundtrack of like Beach Boys and No Doubt, and of
Yeah.
course, ending it with Somewhere Over the Rainbow was good.
Yeah. You got to get it in there if you're in Hawaii. And if
Absolutely.
there's a uke.
I think I told you it made me want to watch Lilo and Stitch.
A real Hawaiian movie?
I want to watch a real Hawaiian movie. There's a song from Lilo and Stitch that was going viral on TikTok maybe like 2 months ago. And now that song is stuck in my head after watching this movie.
Well, there you go. We can compare them.
Absolutely. Down the
Which one is
road
more authentic Hawaiian?
in the Disney Discovery when we eventually start that.
The Disney Discovery.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll come up with a better name future. Just gotta go with the DCOM Dynasty. We need another name.
Have confidence in your name. You got this.
Disney Discovery. That sounds like a channel.
It's 2 channels if you want to put it that way.
Disney and Discovery.
The Disney Dystopia.
Nah.
The Disney Downtown.
Nah.
The
Downtown.
Disney Destiny.
Everybody, thank you so much for listening to
No,
today's
wait.
episode. Oh,
But everybody, mahalo. You
mahalo.
say that.
Everybody, mahalo. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you're hearing us for the first time on your favorite podcasting platform and you want to hear more from us, hit the bell icon, give us a follow. If you're a returning listener, give us an honest review. And if you're hearing us on YouTube, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, hit that bell icon for notifications.
Mahalo, everybody, and aloha.